Well, Dennis, would you ever buy another gas car?
For my daily car, no. I'm EV from here on out.
That sounds really awesome. Hello, everybody. My name is David, and I'm here for National Drive Electric Week in Madison, Wisconsin. Today, let's learn about what it's like to drive an electric vehicle in Wisconsin. Thanks so much for agreeing to be on camera with me. Please tell me who you are, and for those people who don't know, what is this car?
Hi, I'm Dennis. This is my 2019 Tesla Model S Performance Ludicrous Mode. And this one's wrapped in purple that I picked out.
So it's not a stock color?
No, not a stock color. I wanted to personalize a little bit. I've always liked purple, and I looked long and far to find this particular color, and I love it.
So where did you get it wrapped?
Diamond Graphics in Cedarburg, Wisconsin. He actually wraps a bunch of high-end cars, but he specializes in Tesla as well.
Very cool. And what is this down here?
This is the Tesla Model S for kids. I won this as a referral prize for referring somebody else to buy a Model S. So when I had the big car wrapped, I figured, let's get the little one too.
Did you or do you still own a gasoline car? And if so, how has driving electric changed you and your lifestyle?
Good question. I've had a bunch of different gas cars, usually performance cars, BMWs, Audis, Corvettes, things like that. I actually still have a collector's gas car that I get out occasionally on the weekends in case you're missing that noise and stench. But the first time I had a ride in a performance EV, it really changed me, and I decided that's the future of performance. This is actually the world's fastest production car, and it just changes the driving experience. It's instant power. Merging is easy, getting through traffic is easy. It's going to really change how driving is done.
Now, Dennis, you and I know this, but not everybody out there does. You cannot buy a Tesla in the state of Wisconsin. So tell me what your delivery experience was like. Did you have to go out of state?
Yeah, that's right. You can't actually get one right here in the state. You have to, basically you order it on the internet, like buying from anything else on the internet. And then all your correspondence is through there, and then you pick it up. The closest place was Illinois for me. We went down to Highland Park, Illinois. There's a new showroom actually in Schaumburg, which is a little bit closer to Madison, but it's still a couple hours away.
Do you have Autopilot?
I do. This car has the Autopilot Hardware 3 in it. So there's 8 cameras on this car, 3 forward-facing, 2 on each side, 1 facing backwards, so it keeps track of all the cars around you. So currently it does basic lane keeping and basic speed maintenance, but in the future it'll actually be able to do full self-driving.
So how, where, when do you charge this thing?
Like most EV owners, I have a charger at home. I just have a level 2 charger. I think it's putting out 40 amps. And so I just plug in when I get home, and the next morning it's got a full 345-mile range. I usually charge to 90%, so it's like 320 or something like that. If you're going on a road trip, you can tell it the night before to put it up to 100. So like most people, I just charge at home. It's ready the next day. If I'm going on a road trip, I use the network of high-speed DC charging stations that Tesla has made available.
Did you get the charger installed before or after you got the car?
Before Model S, I had a Chevy Volt, so I had a level 2 charger put in for that. But then later, when I had the Model S, just because of where I was parking it, I decided to have a wall connector installed. In that case, it is a Tesla-specific charger, but I could have put in a more generic one as well.
So it sounds like in one day's worth of driving, you would not deplete the battery. Is that right?
You could in a day's worth. 300 miles is 5 or 6 hours of driving. So if you're going on an extensive road trip, you would probably hit a number of superchargers. We took my previous Model S down to see the eclipse in fall of 2016. So we bypassed the Rockford supercharger, and then we hit the next one, and we got all the way down to Springfield. And then charged from there, went over to Columbus, Missouri to watch the eclipse, and then drove all the way back the next day. So this is about a 9-hour road trip on the way back. So we hit 2 or 3 superchargers along the way, which is usually a good time to stop for, resting and getting some food and things like that. So it's a very enjoyable road trip.
In your normal commute, you wouldn't drive 300 miles, right?
In my normal commute, no, yeah.
So in a normal day, you don't use the entire battery, but you still charge every night, is that right?
Yeah, just out of convenience. That way it's all topped off the next day in case you wanted to go somewhere.
So this is not something that people out there necessarily understand. With an electric vehicle, you don't wait until it's empty to put energy back into the car. You just charge whenever it's convenient, and a lot of times that's going to be when you're right at home. Well, Dennis, would you ever buy another gas car?
For my daily car, no. I'm EV from here on out.
So it's all just collector's items from now.
Yeah.
That sounds really awesome. Tell me, are you doing anything else for sustainability? Where's your electricity coming from?
Well, Wisconsin, a lot of the electricity comes from coal still. I mean, you're still cleaner than a gas car burning electricity or using electricity made from coal. But here in Madison, MG&E has a program called Green Power Tomorrow, where we can pay a little bit extra in order to get electricity sourced from renewables like solar and wind. And so we subscribe to that. Some other people use their shared solar program. So you can feel a lot better about the electricity you are using.
So if you want to support renewable energy in Madison, you can do that. Well, Dennis, thank you so much for telling us about your Tesla Model S. I'd like to thank you for being a part of the sustainable movement and hashtag EV for life.
Thanks, and thanks for supporting the mission.
Thank you for watching. If you want to see other videos from National Drive Electric Week in Madison, Wisconsin, please check the description below for a playlist. I'll see you there.